Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. So, as she stated, my name is Shadonna Mo McFall. I am the CEO and founder of, I have a nonprofit called Mo's Heroes, but today I'm here to talk about the Mo You Know Marketing and Media Consultant. And I also work at Beasley Media Group, so I'll also be telling you more about that because that is kind of caveats to the Mo You Know. A lot of people don't know that I actually started the Mo You Know before I got the internship at Beasley. And I just want to thank FTCC because I got the internship from Beasley because of FTCC. So I am all for marketing, all for media, all for giving back to the high school students. I know yesterday Kendra and I were at E.E. Smith, so I'm a proud product of the Cumberland County school system. I graduated from Douglasburg in 1996. So I'll go ahead and tell my age. I'm not that ashamed.
Still the youngest in the room. Go Eagles. Go Eagles.
Go Eagles, absolutely. Yeah. So a little bit about the Mo You Know marketing and media consultant business is I started it because when I started Mo's Heroes, I did a lot of marketing and media to get the word out for the nonprofit. And with the nonprofit, it's kind of easier for the media to pick up, to get the earned media. So one day I was like, well, if I can do this for me, I can do this for everybody or anybody. And I know a lot of times people are like, well, you can't work with anybody, but every business needs marketing. Every business needs media. So I'm like, well, yes, I can. So one of the things, too, like I said, I had the nice, pretty website. So if you want to go ahead, and the website that we're looking at is the moyouKnow.info. And some of the things I help my clients do, like I said, help them get on the radio, and I'll talk more about that because I did put together a cute little slideshow. I do help you with your PR, help you with more opportunities, help you get on TV, help you with speaking, even though I'm kind of nervous now, but if we do one-on-one, it's a much better environment, and I help you get those jitters out. You know, I can help you do your live videos. It's just a lot that I can help you with. And a lot of times, too, I like to see what you need help with because I don't know if I stated, I was in the military for 20 years. I was an information manager, knowledge operator for 20 years. So in that realm, I had to know a lot of things. I remember when I first joined, everybody would always call me, was like, Mo, do you know? I'm like, why are y'all asking me? I didn't realize it was my job to know. So 20 years later, you know, I know how to find the answers. So like I said, that is the website. So I'm going to go on to my little PowerPoint. And y'all bear with me because I know this board is probably smarter than I am. Okay, so like I said, these are some of the pictures of me when I first started with Beasley. Like I said, my full-time job is I do work at Beasley Media Group, where I love to get small businesses on the radio. I love to promote what our small businesses are doing. I tell people I have 4 sweet spots: veterans, Cumberland County kids, and marketing and media. So, and here are a couple of some of the news clippings and some of the media that I've done. Like I said, promoting Mo's Heroes. I was on the cover of Be Encouraged magazine. I wrote a book. I was a part of a book project where I wrote a chapter called The More Power to You, where I talk about leaving Douglasburg, joining the military, how I started the nonprofit, about my 6-year-old son. He was probably 3 when I wrote the book. And just how I just made it through. Hawaii featured me, the Fayetteville Observer, the state of New Mexico. And yesterday, like I stated, I threw this up there. You know, I was at E.E. Smith, and if you know me, you know that sometimes I have a love-hate relationship with E.E. Smith. Like I said, I went to Douglasburg, so, you know, everybody in Fayetteville thinks E.E. Smith is the only high school in Fayetteville sometimes. So I'm like, you know what? Let them know Douglasburg is in here today. Okay, so I'm also going to talk to you a little bit about the difference between marketing, advertising, and branding. So marketing is how you see yourself and how you want people to perceive your company. You know, advertising is how you act in public. You know, it announces your unique selling position. So, you know, what's so special about you? I know a lot of times you know, even working in Beasley, we have, 13, 14 sales reps. So I feel like my unique selling position is, like I said, I love veterans. I love small businesses. I love kids. So that's my unique selling position. And branding is how other people see you. So if you have a strong brand, you can spend more time building on it. But if you have reputation problems, you may need to focus on rebuilding and changing the perceptions of people who look at your brand. So do anybody have any questions about marketing, branding, and advertising? So like I stated, I can get you on the radio. I know we have 6 stations at Beasley. We have our Foxy 99, our WKML, My Kiss Radio, who's fairly new, Old School 107.7 Jams, Bob, 96.5 Bob, and Sunny. And here are some of the demographics of the stations and who we target. And I won't spend too much time on that. We can talk later if you do want to get on the radio, because I know I have limited time here. And other things, like I said, we're Beasley Media Group. We don't just do radio. And so what I love about, you know, working at Beasley, and like I said, the more you know, is all of these things that I know that I want to do, Beasley gives me the resources to help pull it off a little bit better. So like I said, we have our own air commercials that we can help you with. We have for social media. We have, we can do research for you, lead generation. How many of you would like more leads for your business, lead more customers walking into your door? So that's what business is all about. The more people that know about you, the more people can buy from you. That's what I always tell people. They can't buy from you if they don't know you. We do event marketing, you know, digital marketing. There is all kind of things that I can help you with, that Beasley can help you with. But like I said, I absolutely love small businesses, because before like I stated earlier, the More You Know came before Beasley. So I get it. I get having a small marketing budget. I get not having, you know, all of the capital you need. I get not having all of the help that you need. So, you know, I definitely work with my clients on making sure that you have everything you need. And I'm just going to go through the slides, you know, because right now social media is pretty heavy with businesses. It's a free platform, you know, but social media has changed, and it's changing a lot every day. So one of the things that I love to present to my clients at Beasley and the More You Know is putting your brand with another brand that has more followers than you, has a bigger, I don't want to say impact than you, but by doing that, that's really going to help your business get in front of the clients and the customers that you need to know about your business. So like I said, I'm not going to read it to you, but I'm just going to go through the slides. And these are our numbers from March. We update it about every 2 months because it gives us time to see how many new people we've gotten in, how many new subscribers we got, and how many new likes and all of that good stuff. So this is our Foxy numbers. This is our WKML, our country station. How many of y'all listen to WKML in here? Like Don, Chase, and Sarah. I listen to them in the morning. I know I did a lot of remotes with Sarah before I started this job, and I just love her. And like I said, My Kiss Radio is fairly new, so that's why the numbers are not as big, but it is growing and picking up. 96.5 Bob, like I said, they're a little older crowd. And the older crowd, like I said, we're getting, how many of y'all have social media in here? Y'all like doing social media? Not really. Old School 107.7 Jams. And Sunny, like I said, Sunny doesn't even have social media because that is a much older crowd, a more sophisticated crowd, as I like to say. Yeah, let's go with that. And these are our numbers as a whole. Like I said, I know a lot of small business owners just don't have time to do their social media. They don't have time to go live, or they don't like going live. They have the time. It's just not something that they're comfortable with. And that's something that I can help you with. And yeah, so this is, like I said, my information is kind of hard to see up here. But I have cards here that I'm going to pass around. So does anybody have any questions about anything? I hope I didn't talk too fast because I was really nervous. Does anybody have any questions about anything that I just spoke about? Yes, sir.
How much you charge for your services?
So what happens is, like I said, if you come through Beasley, I throw in the marketing, the PR stuff free of charge because I want you to stay on the radio. So for it all depends on what you want, and we can talk offline. It just depends. I customize everything, so it just depends on what you would like. Yes, sir.
What do you think the biggest challenge is for a startup to market themselves in Fayetteville?
The biggest challenge, I want to say, is that they just don't really know what they're doing, and either they have the money and they're afraid to spend it, or they don't have the money and so they can't spend it. So I definitely think the money piece of it is the biggest piece. But like Mr. Hill just said, there's so much money out there with the grants, with the sponsorships. And that's another thing I help my clients. Hey, let's find this money because there is money out there for small businesses. Like I said, they have to come to things like 1 Million Cups. And I know I'm always at other network events and other resources, and I find that stuff out. So I share that with people who fit the criteria.
To caveat his question, how would you advise a new startup? Would you advise them to start with on-air capability or social media?
It really depends on your budget. If you have the budget, I would definitely say radio because radio is going to drive that demand to people to go to your social media. So, but if you have a smaller marketing budget, I would definitely say start with social media, build up your clientele, and then you could afford radio and all that other stuff that's out there for you to do.
A follow-up.
Yep.
If they were to go to radio, would the commercial be limited to one of the 6 or all the 6?
It all depends on your budget. So we do have some clients that are on all 6 radio stations. If you want to be on one, you can be on one, or you can be on all 6. It just depends on your budget.
Oh, so it's individual then?
Yes.
It's not a package deal?
No.
Okay.
Actually, last week, was it last week or 2 weeks ago, we had a special presenter come down from Nashville, and where we did offer packages. And I think I came to 1 Million Cups and presented that, like, hey, and Kendra came, and she bought a package, and I thank you for that. So we have, once a year, we have a presentation where you can buy our packages in a cluster at a much discounted rate. And like I said, we just had it, and we'll be having it again this time next year.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Big cluster. Okay.
Yep. But like I said, we can put everything that we do at Beasley is customizable.
Well,
for
yeah,
your budget,
and
yeah.
of course it's going to be for the target market.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You know, so thank you.
Thank you.
Well, you mentioned TV. Do you have a station that you feel like pulls better, and do you work with them particularly?
So I will say I have been featured on ABC 11, so I am kind of partial to them, but yeah. And they're right downtown Fayetteville, so I got a funny story about that, if I may. So when I first got back to Fayetteville, I'm from here, so I'm like, okay, everybody's gonna love me. You know, I got this great nonprofit. Our veterans need help, so I went to and I won't say the name because y'all probably know them. So I went to a company, and I'm like, hey, I want to make another video because I made a video that I played for my retirement, just letting people know about my career, about Most Heroes. So I sat down with the ladies, and they looked at the video, and they was like, well, when you do something in Fayetteville, you know, let us know when you do more in Fayetteville, because I showed them all the stuff in New Mexico and Hawaii, and they really didn't care about that. So, I'm serious. So I was kind of like really in my feelings, like, oh my God, they don't like me. So I'm like, okay, chin up. So went down the street a little bit, and ABC 11 was right there. And I thought they were out of Raleigh. I thought Greg Barnes drove down here every day. Yeah. Like I said, I had been gone for 20 years, so I didn't know. So I had to learn Fayetteville all over again. So I go and knock on the door, and Fred Haig, who used to be Greg Barnes's photojournalist, he was a retired Air Force veteran. So I told him what I wanted to do. And so he gave me Greg Barnes' phone number. So I called him, and guess what? The answers. So I'm like, I did not expect that at all. So he's like, yeah, this was a Tuesday. He told me to come back down on Thursday. So I'm like, okay. And I went and got my hair and makeup and all that done. I'm like, just in case, right? So I went down there. We talked. And no kidding, my appointment with him was at 2 o'clock. They were at my house at 5 o'clock filming me talking about Most Heroes and how I can help nonprofits and veterans. And I'm just like, oh my God. I was like almost in tears because it was completely free. It was completely, and I probably would have had to pay this other company like $2,000 just to produce the video, and there would have been no promotion. So of course they put it on their social media, got likes and shares, and it was just amazing. So I'm like, okay, if I can do that for me, I know the process, I know the system, I know the people. So that's what I want to help other people do.
How do you find that Fayetteville's market compares with like New Mexico or other places that you've been? Do you find it different?
Yes, I find it because New Mexico was much smaller than Fayetteville. I was in Clovis, New Mexico. Y'all probably never heard of it. It was right there on the border of Texas, about 3 hours from Albuquerque, 2 hours from Lubbock, and 2 hours from Amarillo. And everybody would always, we would go to Lubbock or Amarillo for fun because that was the bigger cities. So they only had like one newspaper. They had a couple of radio stations, but everything was out of Lubbock. You know, there was nothing really in Clovis, but Fayetteville, we have so many different media and marketing outlets. Is a lot different. Y'all have more options to choose from. That's why I feel like it's so important for me as a marketer to get out and let you know what I do, that I'm here, because, you know, y'all are not going to come knocking on my door. I got to come knocking on your door. And that's what you really have to do as small business owner. You just can't wait for people to find you because they don't know where to look. And in Hawaii, before that, Hawaii was bigger than Fayetteville. It was, well, I don't want to say bigger than Fayetteville. It was a smaller island, but it was the capital city. So they had a lot more resources. So it was like a Raleigh. So it was a lot of difference. But like I said, they had more stations. So I've seen more than Fayetteville, and I've seen less than Fayetteville. So I'm right here in the middle, and I'm here for you. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
So with our business, they like to send us to do marketing like in person to other businesses. I myself am not very comfortable with that, and sometimes when people come to our business, they could be a little too pushy or too much. So what like advice would you give to someone that has to do marketing like in person to other businesses?
Okay, and what kind of business do you have?
So we're like a physical and occupational therapy clinic. So we're like in the medical field. So we like to go to like other clinics or other places like that would potentially send clients to our clinic.
So your question is, what would I recommend to people who have to go and talk to other people? Mm-hmm. Honestly, I'll tell you, the more you do it, the better the more comfortable you're going to get with it. Because before Beasley, that was not my thing, to go and knocking on doors and talking to people. So it really is, the more you do it, the more comfortable you will get with it. And I would say to start with businesses that, you know, people that you're really comfortable with, because that's what I did when I first started out. I started going to businesses and people that I already have a relationship. And now that I'm more comfortable with what I'm talking about, it's easier to go talk to nice people like you.
Could you give us one example of a business that you did something for them and how much you charge them? Just if you want to refer you to somebody,
yes,
the first question they ask, how much is going to charge?
Okay.
So we need to have some idea about the range of the prices that you may be charging.
Okay, so I will say for my social media, that's one of the most popular things that I do for people. That starts at $250. At $250, I set up your social media because like a lot of folks just don't have time. And then it's a $50 monthly maintenance where I still post, take pictures, and do all of that kind of stuff. So I think that's pretty real. A lot of people, because publicists charge way more than that, but because I'm really not comfortable, I know what I'm doing, but I'm just like, okay, I know small businesses don't have $5,000-$6,000 to pay a publicist, and if they do, more power to you, but I don't feel comfortable charging that yet. Hopefully my comfort level will get up there, and I'll.
Can I handle your billing for you?
Yeah.
Can I ask you, the $250 $250, is that for profit and nonprofits, or do you have a different?
Yeah, it's for profit
Price.
and nonprofit.
For both, okay.
And a lot of the things that I do for, like I said, for let's say a lot of nonprofits come to me and they to share their stuff. So if it's just a one-time share, that's totally free of charge. If you have an upcoming event, but if it's something more regular that's going to require more time, because like I said, time is time.
Okay. That's good.
Any more questions? Well, I'll take the last.
Yes.
What can this community do for you?
So this community, what you guys can do for me is give me the opportunity to work with you. Give me the opportunity to sit down with you and let's talk about your business goals and your business needs. No charge, of course. And then if we can come up with a solution, hopefully I can get you, on the radio, get you some media interviews, get you some newspaper interviews, get you what you need, because that's what I'm all about. It's not about what I need. I'm really here to serve you. So let me serve you. That's what you can do for me, is to let me serve you.
All right. Well, thank you very, very much.
Oh, I forgot to mention, so this is a candle of one of our clients at Beasley. And like I said, we're always marketing stuff. So if you have products, and one of the things that we can include in your marketing packages is when we go places like this, we give gifts, and we always talking about you. I'm always talking about my clients, especially when I hear people in conversation, like, I know somebody that'll be perfect for that. Call that person, call that person. So that's what I'm really good at too.